Here at the Students' Guild, we want to make sure that you find the right accommodation for you. So don't rush into any decisions and signing tenancy agreements before you've thought about all your options and taken your time. Signing an accommodation contract is a really big deal, so make sure to think about the 4 Ps before you sign: price, place, people, and paperwork. We asked some of our Exeter students for their top tips on house hunting.
Know your budget, know it before you look for a house, then you can make sure that you're going to find the right place for you and your housemates.
I prefer to have bills included mainly because I think it's so much easier just to have to pay the landlord and not have to worry about anything else.
If you did choose a house that didn't have bills included, you would have the responsibility to figure out what you'd be spending per month. When you do move into a place, it's not just the rent you're paying, you may have the deposit, the letting fee, and sometimes you may have to pay the first rent early.
Some accommodation has bills included, but not always, so make sure to check your contract. If you're renting through an estate agent, you may have to pay letting fees, and this can add additional costs to your payment. And remember to request receipts for any payments you make.
The most important thing to do when you're looking for a new place is to be completely open-minded with what you're going to find.
Have a good look at what your options are, because you can go back into private student accommodation if you want to.
Living closer to uni usually does entail a higher fee, and as you move further out from university, it does tend to be more cheaper, but there are exceptions.
It's worthwhile to make sure that your landlord is good, and to ensure this, you can check the accreditation scheme. If you're unsure what the accreditation scheme is, please do come and chat to one of the team.
Choosing the right people to live with is really, really important, because you don't want to be stuck with people you don't actually like, because that'll make for a really hard, troublesome year.
You also need to make sure that you're sort of on the same wavelengths with, cleanliness and what time you're going to bed and, volume. I'd say the most common houses in Exeter are probably 5 to 6 bedrooms. I knew a group of 10, 2 people left and found another place.
Once you've signed for a contract with other people, it can be really difficult to get out of it without losing money. So make sure you know exactly who you're living with and what they're like.
The tenancy agreement is a legally binding document, so you do need to check it through. That just lists all of the rules and regulations that you have to abide by when you move into the house, and it also states what the landlord or the letting agent is obliged to do for you.
The advice unit in the forum are there for you to help with any extra issues you might have, including tenancy agreements and any other paperwork that you might need checking. Make sure you check out our accommodation fairs and speak to one of our team if you have any questions or issues. There's plenty of accommodation for everyone in Exeter, so take your time and think about it before you sign that dotted line.